falafels. Smells exactly like falafels, but it's not chickpeas. It's black soybeans. As promised, here's my falafel recipe. It took me a while to figure this one out because it's normally traditionally made with chickpeas. And I thought, okay, what can I use instead of chickpeas? And I've come up with the non-GMO black soybeans, and it's going to taste exactly the same because I'm using the same seasonings. And it's going to be fried. It's going to be nice and soft on the inside. And recipe for this is below in the comments. So we'll get going. I've got a tiny processor here. It's just like very, very small. So I might have to do it in a couple of batches. But I'm going to put my onion in, chopped onion, minced garlic. I've got cilantro and parsley. I'm going to pulse this up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty fine. Now, for the non-GMO organic black soybeans, what I did was I took 1 cup of beans, and the recipe for this is below how to cook your beans. Put the beans into a measuring cup, added water, 1 cup of beans, 4 cups of water, and let that sit overnight. The next day, you'd strain it, you put the beans in the pot, cover it with water, add a little bit of salt, you pressure cook it, and it's pretty straightforward. Now, these are available at Asian grocery stores. That's where I got these ones here. And you can also buy them on Amazon. And there's a canned version called Eden Organic black soybeans. And they're not as good as doing it yourself, but they're still pretty good. So I'm going to have to do this in 2 batches. And I reserved some of the bean liquid from the pressure cooking. I'm just going to add a little bit just to help incorporate this. Okay, I'm going to do it in 2 batches, so I'm going to take this and put it into the bowl, and then I'll end up hand mixing it. And I'm going to add in fresh cracked pepper, and I've got some cumin, some coriander powder, a little bit of cayenne, and some garlic salt. And I'll just put a little more liquid in there. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend it in by hand here because this has the seasonings in it, that doesn't. So we'll just blend the 2. Smells like falafels. Actually, I was going to go with my hand, but it seems to be working well with the spatula. Yeah, that looks good. That's a really nice consistency too. You see that? It's almost like a dough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover this. I'm going to put it in the fridge. I'm going to let these flavors meld for about an hour. Okay, my falafel mixture sat in the fridge for probably about an hour and a half to let the flavors meld and thicken up. So I've got some baking powder. I'm just going to add that. I've got some sesame seeds. I'm just going to mix that in. There, that's nicely blended. I've started up my induction burner, and I'm cooking in refined coconut oil. That's my favorite oil for frying. It's got a high burn point, and it doesn't taste like coconut. So I'm going to put in, cover the bottom, basically. I'm just going to make some little balls, a little larger than a golf ball, just nice and round. I'll just put them on a plate. These non-GMO black soybeans are 1 net carb per half cup. I can smell that oil now. And I'm going to squish it down just a little bit because I want it to get nice and crispy on the outside. I'm going to do this in 2 batches. The objective here is to crisp up the outside, but you want the inside to be nice and soft actually, but cooked. You want the garlic and onion to be cooked. And I'll get the crunchy bits that fell off. So I'm going to serve these falafels with my tahini sauce, my tzatziki aioli, and my tabbouleh. And the options, there's a lot of low-carb tortillas out there now. And this one comes from Aldi, but there's one called Mission, which is really good. There's La Banderita, and they're 4 net carbs, and it's very affordable to wrap this up in a tortilla. We don't have pitas anymore, but but you've got tortillas. And you can put it in a lettuce leaf, which is really good too. Keto version of falafels. Thanks for watching.